Hey everybody, it's the Review Revolution, back at you again with a 2-in-1 pack. Or a self-created 2-pack, if you will. Actually, today, the 28th, is the release date for Iron Man 2 for home video. DVD, Blu-ray if you have it, but it's out today. Now I've got mine. But in honor of the home release of Iron Man 2, awesome movie, I did decide to go ahead and do a side-by-side review of the two War Machines in the 3 1/4 inch scale. Number 12 and 23. These numbers have plagued me on the Iron Man pegs for weeks, maybe for months even. I mean, I just was never able to track these two down. At one point, I finally found the movie War Machine, but the comic one eluded me until just recently. And I kind of figured that was going to be the case. I kind of figured that after the movie was released in theaters, we kind of see a slowdown of it on store shelves, but then there would be one last push for the movie's release, the home release. And sure enough, that's what happened. My store shelves did have these back in stock, so I was able to grab a comic series, and I figured I was going to go ahead and do both these together. Number 23 being the comic style, the comic version, which I really like so far. Both of them come in the standard Iron Man 2 packaging. Of course, standard for Hasbro with the character in the corner, series at the top. Only difference here is, of course, being this one says comic series and the other says movie series. And, of course, you see the movie style War Machine here. Retractable weapons, launching missiles. Yeah, launching missiles. Okay. On the back, of course, we've got the portraits of the two versions. For the comic version, the write-up says, built by Iron Man for his best friend James Rhodes, the War Machine armor was meant to fill in whenever Iron Man wasn't available. Every bit as powerful as Tony Stark's original armor and bristling with weapons, War Machine is built not just to stop evil, but to destroy it totally. And of course, other figures are in both the series. The Iron Man, I guess that's the Mark I, the Crimson Dynamo, the comic style Iron Man, and of course the movie style Mark III, Mark V, in Inferno Mission armor. Yeah. For the movie version, and this write-up's been used many times, this suit is modified by military technicians for Tony Stark's best friend James Rhodes. What it lacks in advanced weaponry of the Mark IV, it more than makes up for with overwhelming payload courtesy of the Air Force. Missile launching, retractable weapons. So that's just a real quick look at the 2-in pack. Let's go ahead, crack them open, and have some fun. Be right back. Alright everybody, we've got both the two War Machines out of the pack, and these guys are just sweet. I mean, these guys are cool, both of them. Starting first off with the comic version, the comic War Machine, much larger overall, just overall looks to be much larger in his scale and in build. Looks really nice. I really like it. Whereas unlike the movie version, along the arms and torso and on the top of the legs, you can see that the comic version has more like a silver jumpsuit or a silver bodysuit underneath, of which the armor fits on top of, and that's fine. That's exactly the way it looks in the comic, and I think it looks great. I love the way this one looks. I love the face, very much a Stark armor face. Exactly what identifies it as a Stark product, if you will, a Stark armor. The weapons, they do retract back, just to get them out of the way, sort of. And you can see the sculpting on the armor looks really good. No arc reactor in the front, not on the comic version. On the back, you can see some additional paneling and some other sculpts. The sliding panels on the abdomen and on the back, that looks really good. The gloves, got this extra piece here, but the gloves look really nice. Got some machine guns here. One thing I even noticed on the hand here is that you can see across the knuckles there's a band that runs all the way across the hand to the front where the repulsor beam is. So if you pay that close attention, you can see that unlike the movie, the comic style repulsor beam is more like a band that he wears on his hand, and it's not actually built into his glove. Yeah, just pay attention. Of course, on the waist, again, very comic style. You know, he's got the kind of superhero briefs, though they're made out of an armor with kind of a utility pack as well. The boots, now the boots fall a little flat on this figure. They're not as sculpted as nice as the top part of the armor, but not bad. The head, it turns. It is on a bit of a ball, so it'll go up and down a little bit. The shoulder pads completely cover the shoulder, so you kind of lift them up to move the shoulder out. That's kind of a drawback of this one, but it does come up, and will come out slightly. Be very, very careful. It is a very tight joint. There's a twist at the elbow and a hinge, and then a twist at the hand. The torso, it moves a bit, but mainly it just lets you know that the top piece is separate from the bottom. So that's all the torso joint up here does. The legs, they do twist. They come out a bit, but those are very tight as well. And I can't really get them to move forward or back or in or out that much. You know, maybe I'll need to heat those up too. There is a double joint at the knee. Twist at the ankle and hinge at the foot. So pretty good. The weapons, they do flip up. And very much like the Toy Biz War Machine, there are these pieces that just sort of snap, that just slide onto the front of the weapons to give it a very action kind of feel. Looks really good. I really do like it. Very much. Now, the movie War Machine, completely different beast. Completely different animal. First off, come on, focus. There we go. The face on my War Machine, pretty ragged. Not too good. That's probably the worst part of the paint application on him. But I'm sure this is just this figure. If you happen to find one on store shelves, you'll probably find hopefully a couple different ones, and you can find the one that looks best. But this is the only one they had at the time. As I was saying, completely different animal. This one, much more in a realistic kind of fashion. Looks much more like what I would expect to see an actual soldier wearing if this technology was really used. I mean, he does look like an actual human tank. Very nice. Really, really nice piece of military hardware. Everything from the serial numbers that are on there, shoulder pads, just to the overall color. I mean, this is very this kind of navy gray color and the silver. It looks really good. Now I know he's Air Force, but somehow when I see the markings here, I can't help but think Navy. Goes to show you how much I know, right? The sculpting, the style of the sculpt goes all the way through it, and I'll be right back, guys. Very sorry about that, everybody. Thank you for sticking around. But yeah, I mean, as I was saying, the sculpting on the figure consistent throughout. I mean, throughout the whole figure, the kind of the sculpting, the panels and the layers and everything else, so well done and very impressive for a 3 1/4 inch figure. Really nice. In this case, the head is on a ball joint as well, and it has about the same range of movement that the comic version does. Maybe a little bit tighter on the up and down. The arms do come up, and though the shoulder pads do cover the top of the arms here, when you lift them up, they don't completely get pushed out of the way. So it's actually still kind of nice. They come up and out, and just like with the comic version, just be very careful, kind of working that joint. Twist. Well, I think there's a twist at the elbow. If there is, again, it's very tight. Bend at the elbow there, and the hand does turn slightly. There you can see the arc reactors, or the repulsor beams actually painted on the inside of his hand here. If it'll just, there we go. Looks really good. And I love the sculpting on the inside of the hand as well. Again, the sculpting on this figure is just unbelievable. I mean, it's just incredible the way they get all the detail work on it. It looks just great. It looks fantastic. The legs, there's a bit more articulation here at the torso. The legs, they twist, but they don't really come out, and they don't really move up, back or forth all that much. So, a very cool figure to stand, but yeah, the legs don't really move a whole lot. There's a double joint at the knee, like so. Pivot at the foot, and a twist. My only complaint on this War Machine is that, like the Iron Man figures that all come with missile launchers, this War Machine comes with a missile launcher as well. You flip up this one chain gun, it looks good. Flip up this chain gun, and it looks oversized and just ridiculous. That it completely kills this figure. I mean, it kills this figure in my opinion. I would love this figure. This figure would be absolutely perfect if this gun wasn't so absurdly large. Really. If they had given us a couple of choices of guns that we could have put on them, maybe a missile rack for this one, that would have been great. But instead, all we get are the two chain guns and one of them housing the missile launcher. Which, I mean, it comes with two different missiles. Neither one helps the look in any way, but put it in there and fires just fine. It's just so absurdly large. It's just so huge. It just looks terrible. He also comes with his chain of bullets, which should peg into the side of the gun here and then into his back. But every time I try and put it in, it's popped right out. So, short of gluing it, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it out. For the most part, great figures both. I would say that if you're a Marvel fan, if you're a fan of Iron Man, you're probably going to want to get both. If you get either one, I would think you'd be happy with either one. I'd be happy with both. Or with either, but I'm glad I do have both. They are actually really, really nice. I'm not going to talk about the Iron Man cards because I think they're a little ridiculous. I don't really care for them, so I won't mention them a whole lot. And just to kind of throw out there, amongst all the news of the Iron Man 2 movie, please don't forget that Superman Batman Apocalypse, the death and return of Supergirl, this is come out as well today. Make sure to pick it up. But for now, this has been the Review Revolution saying rate, comment, subscribe, join the revolution. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.